It's now time for the Mike Wagner Show, powered by Sonic Web Studios. Visit online at sonicwebstudios.com for all your needs. The Mike Wagner Show can be heard on Spreaker, Spotify, iHeartRadio, YouTube, iTunes, Anchor FM, Radio Public, and the MikeWagnerShow.com. Mike brings you great guests and interesting people from all across the globe. So sit back, relax, and enjoy another great episode of the Mike Wagner Show.
Hey everybody, it's Mike from the Mike Wagner Show, powered by Sonic Web Studios. Visit online at sonicwebstudios.com for all your needs. Look at a professional website without breaking your budget. Sonic Web Studios is the answer. Sonic Web Studios offers fast, affordable custom web designs at below the competition way. Call today at 1-800-303-3960. That's 1-800-303-3960. Or email to support at sonicwebstudios.com. Mention the Mike Wagner Show. Get 10% off your first order. Sonic Web Studios. Take your image to the next level. Also, the Mike Wagner Show can be heard on the MikeWagnerShow.com. You can check our Facebook page at facebook.com/the Mike Wagner Show. You can download and listen on Facebook, SoundCloud, Spreaker, Spotify, and iHeartRadio. Also on Anchor FM, Radio Public, iTunes, Google Play, Apple, and more. Take the Mike Wagner Show with you on any mobile device and subscribe to the Mike Wagner Show on the YouTube channel. This guy just can't once again just wait to get back on the Mike Wagner Show. He was such a big hit talking about the movie Todd, and it is coming to fruition very shortly. He's also done a number of projects like Hidden Agenda, Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde, Another Plan from Outer Space. He worked with Laura Stepman and Hans Hernke and all the other great actors and actresses in the film as well, too. You can tell this guy just can't wait to get back on and talking more about Todd, give us an update. And also, he's in process of 2 upcoming films he talks about. So live once again from beautiful sunny Florida, this guy just can't wait. He's so enthusiastic. Live, ladies and gentlemen, back once again by popular demand on the Mike Wagner Show, producer, director, writer, Aaron Warren. Maybe I can hire you for my show. Aaron, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Thanks for joining us, and welcome back.
Hey, how are you doing, Mike? It's good to be with you.
Hey, I'm doing great. Thank you very much. So we talked about the movie Todd earlier, as it was in the pre-planning stages. You're doing some shooting, and now it's in the final stages. And you also talked about your previous films like Hidden Agenda, Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde, Another Plan from Outer Space. And I think you're on with R.L. Grant as well, too, on a live call earlier as well, too. But now you're solo. You can get to talk more about everything. And before we talk about more on Todd and also your projects, once again, tell us how you got started really quickly.
Yeah, I mean, we're working on, we're in the final stages of Todd. Things are going really well in post. We were shooting and looking like middle of 2020. We'll have a final film here and getting ready to get it out for screenings and getting it ready out for production and getting it out there. So I'm excited about all of that.
Mm-hmm. And once again, tell us about the story of Todd and how that came about.
Well, the whole thing about Todd is when I was writing it, I was sitting here thinking to myself about a great idea that's a little bit different than most people are going into. And it started with an idea of like a whole thing going on mental illness, and it kind of prompted me to kind of go to a direction of like what happens when somebody is ignored and when somebody really doesn't have that perspective that they need when they're dealing with someone with that, and how it affects them and their future and their lives, and how it affects the situation around them, and how that can dictate the situation of that. So that was kind of where it began. And it kind of began that whole idea of how the psychologist got involved, where he was trying to help him, and got to the point when he just kind of lost it and became a whole punctuation on that idea. So.
Mm-hmm. And almost sounds like, do you think that's getting more common today, and do you see more of that happening as well, too, just like Todd in real life?
Yeah, I do. I see some parallels there. I think it's an issue that people have to look at in the future of things of that. The Joker kind of dabbled into it a little bit about the effects of that on individual. And I just kind of like the whole concept on bringing that to the attention of the forefront, and also having a good story and wrapping it around with the different characters involved with Todd. It kind of brings, that's only one element in Todd, but it kind of still brings that to the forefront, and also uses the characters in the story to kind of create that dynamic to bring it. So.
And also, too, you working with Laura Stedman in the movie, and if I'm trying to refresh my memory here, Hans Herking was in that one, and who else is in the film?
Well, you had Laura Stedman, you had Hans Hernkey, we also had Michael Winslow involved in the project. We had Aaron Jackson that was also involved in the project, and some other great actors. We had some just wonderful cast and crew, and Travis Cecil, who was the DP, who's also a producer. Hans is also a producer as well. Just an amazing cast, an amazing experience as a director to have. So just wonderful people to work with on that project. So.
And of course, a lot of people in the industry inspired you greatly in this whole deal. Maybe you can just tell us all about the people in it, too, and especially behind the movie Todd.
Well, a lot of people have influenced me. I've always been a big Stanley Kubrick person. That's like when it comes to someone I look up to, and as a director, writer, producer, all of my films have a psychological aspect to them, whether it's a comedy, a thriller. It always has that like psychological twist to it, that like different aspect of going about it, things that haven't been done before, things that kind of push the limit, push the envelope a little bit on story, the way it's shot, the way it's done, just a bunch of different elements. He was a big influence in how I direct and the way I look at a camera and the way I look at a story and perspective. So.
And of course, what does it take to be like a director, producer, writer in the history as well, too, while working with actors, crew on many projects, feature projects, budgets, and, soon to be Hollywood smashes?
Well, it takes a lot. I mean, it also is the people you work with. As a director, you're also wanting to have people around you, around the round table, that are kind of a part of the industry that have been there for a while, and it gives you a good jump start as a director, and also people who respect you as a director that come on the project and realize your vision and kind of work with you to kind of create that vision and kind of make that the forefront of going after. Once you get the script, you go to the actors and you talk to the agents and the casting directors, and you're able to really develop a strong standpoint of where you want to go. So.
And what do you consider the most fun part about your job and the most challenging?
Well, the fun part is obviously able to write a story that people can really get into and kind of sink their teeth into it, but also that are able to kind of open up a perspective on where you're wanting to go. And the thing as a director is you hope that your story and everything translates into a way that people enjoy it and they get a good kick off of it, and just taking them out of their world for about 2 hours or so and kind of bring them into your world, and just for a little while put them into a different line and sight and perspective.
That is amazing, too. And we'll talk about your other works you've done, too. Hidden Agenda, Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde, Another Plan from Outer Space, and more. But first, listen to The Mike Wagner Show at themikewagnershow.com, powered by Sonic Web Studios. Visit online at sonicwebstudios.com for all your needs. Look at a professional website without breaking your budget. Sonic Web Studios is the answer. Sonic Web Studios offers fast, affordable custom web designs at below the competition rate. Call today, 1-800-303-3960. That's 1-800-303-3960. Or email to support@sonicwebstudios.com. Mention the Mike Wagner Show. Get 10% off your first order. Sonic Web Studios. Take your image to the next level. Also, the Mike Wagner Show can be heard on the MikeWagnerShow.com. You can check our Facebook page at Facebook.com/The Mike Wagner Show. You can download and listen on Facebook, SoundCloud, Spreaker, Spotify, and iHeartRadio. Also on Anchor FM, Radio Public, iTunes, Google Play, Apple, and more. Take the Mike Wagner Show with you on any mobile device and subscribe to the Mike Wagner Show on the YouTube channel. We're here, producer, director, writer Aaron Warren of the movie Todd. That's going to be coming out later in 2020. And he's also got some other works that's coming up later in the year. Todd's going to be released very shortly. We talked a little bit about that, and also had him on with R.L. Grant earlier on the Mike Wagner Show. And we're going to get to some of his previous experience, like Hidden Agenda, Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde, Another Plan from Outer Space, and just kindly tell us about those films you've done.
Well, Hidden Agenda kind of was in one of my first feature projects with Hans, and it was great. It was a lower budget film, but it was also a great experience. with the cast and crew, and just kind of like that detective kind of good cop, bad cop dynamic. It was just a fun film to shoot and just do. And Hans and I, and it all started out as when I was in film school, I did a short called The Room that was kind of hesitantly based on what would become Hidden Agenda. So when I wrote the full script, and became like a feature. I brought Hans and I brought Adam Burnett back and brought them all back from those and made that into like a feature film that later became Hidden Agenda, and it did successful and it was well, and I enjoyed working with them again and brought like almost original cast back, so that was always a good thing.
That is amazing too, and also Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde, Another Plan from Outer Space. You can talk about those two as well.
Yeah, Another Plan from Outer Space was actually a film that was brought on to me from Hans. He brought me on as a producer on that film. It was pretty much like that old, like, based on the 1960s, kind of like that old, like, sci-fi, fantasy kind of experience, kind of going back to those old Lost in Space days, you know, kind of like that fun take on a sci-fi film.
Danger, Mr. Robinson. Danger. I can imagine that.
Yeah, it was really fun to go and shoot in black and white when they did all black and white, kind of bring that whole perspective and like that, like, and I liked it because it had like the psychology element that I like in a film. But it was also good acting, and Hans did a good job in that, and had some funny spots in there, some laugh and little belly laugh moments in there, which I really liked, kind of take away from the tension a little bit. It was fun. It was just a fun film to be a part of, and it's out now, and you can go to Amazon and just take a look at it, and it's out all over, so just go watch it and have a good time with it. It's a good movie. Sounds
good. It made me think of It Came from Outer Space. We saw it was like a 50 films as well, too, a while back. It almost sounds like it in a way, too. And also I was going to ask you as well, too, what's some of your favorite ones involving outer space? That sounds pretty fun.
It was fun. We had a good time with it. I wasn't there for the filming of it. That was the crew did all that. I was more on the producing side of it after it was done, and kind of read the script, and I was kind of involved, but I wasn't physically there for the shooting of that in California. Mm-hmm. But it was an amazing film, and I loved working on it. I had a great time.
That sounds amazing, too. You talked about Hans Herky a lot as well, too. And how did you two first meet?
Well, actually, believe it or not, Hans and I have known each other for a very long time, and we actually knew each other in school, ironically. Back in the middle school, we actually met each other. And at that time, we were both kind of saying, hey, one day I'll be in film. Oh, me too. And, you know, how, like, you know, same thing as saying, I'll be a firefighter too. Yeah, you know, whatever. But we got later on, and when I was in film school, I was shooting the short, and I said, you know what, I want to bring somebody in, and I was looking at casting, and I was going through 3 or 4 people that I nailed down to, and I saw Hans, like, wow, Hans is actually an actor now. Let's take a look at that. And I kind of talked to him a little bit about the role, and he said, sure, I'll come in, and he blew me away, and we did Hidden Agenda. And when it came time for Todd, I'm like, I don't know if I should use the same person, you know, like it's kind of like becoming like a one actor kind of person, you know. But I really loved him, and the way he portrayed Todd was just excellent. When his audition was fantastic. So Hans and I have had a lot of experience working together in other films as producers, but him and an actor, he just understands my directing style, and he respects me, and I respect him in the industry, and we have a profound respect for each other. And we just work together, and we understand how big the industry is, and we understand how hard it is to find directors and producers and writers that really know what they're doing and really have the hold of the industry the way we do. So it's great we have a great connection when it comes to those industry things. Plus, we're friends, so it works.
That is amazing too. It's hard to find these days. You find people in middle school, and of course nowadays, who needs Facebook trying to get together? Just look up casting, and here you are. Sounds like you guys had a great chemistry.
We did have a great chemistry, and we always have. And that's the one thing between Hans and I is we always have that mutual respect for each other. You know, we kind of bounce ideas off each other, and we've all gone through the struggles of getting into the industry and developing our careers where we are, and it's just something we can connect on different levels and really connect with each other on and we work with each other together on a lot of different things.
And of course, that's fantastic. Looking forward to what you got, and we'll talk about your upcoming film projects. You listen to The Mike Wagner Show at themikewagnershow.com, powered by Sonic Web Studios. Visit online at sonicwebstudios.com for all your needs. Look at a professional website without breaking your budget. Sonic Web Studios is the answer. Sonic Web Studios offers fast, affordable custom web designs that blow the competition away. Call today, 1-800-303-3960. That's 1-800-303-3960. Or email to support@sonicwebstudios.com. Mention The Mike Wagner Show. Get 10% off your first order. Sonic Web Studios. Take your image to the next level. Also, The Mike Wagner Show can be heard on themikewagnershow.com. You can check our Facebook page at facebook.com/The Mike Wagner Show. You can download and listen on Facebook, SoundCloud, Spreaker, Spotify, and iHeartRadio. Also on Anchor FM, Radio Public, iTunes, Google Play, Apple, and more. Take The Mike Wagner Show with you on any mobile device and subscribe to The Mike Wagner Show on the YouTube channel. We're here with producer, director, writer Aaron Warren of the movie Todd, and also talked about Hidden Agenda, Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde, Another Plan from Outer Space. He's been in a number of productions with Hans Hernke, and he's also in pre-production on 2 upcoming film projects. And let's talk about your upcoming projects in 2020. We'd love to hear all about it.
Yeah, we're in the process. One is hopefully coming out. We're still in the beginning phases on those 2 projects, so I don't want to get into the plot right now necessarily on these films. But we have Todd is more of a psychological thriller, kind of like in your face kind of storyline, where the next film is going to be more like, still got that psychological element, but still has kind of more of a drama feel to it. It's Man and Me. The script's already written, and it's going to be a strong script, and we're looking at casting. I'm always looking at developing the casting and probably bring back a lot of the crew that I worked with on Todd. Is looking to bring back Travis and a lot of other people, maybe even Laura. I haven't told her yet, but awesome. But there's a lot of elements there are in the process of now becoming a lot of respect I have for a lot of people I worked with on the film set of Todd that have really, as a director, really understood where I was trying to go with the vision. And the film was a big budget and a bigger SAG production. So it was really great to have people on my side that were kind of with me that understood where I was going to go, and the respect I had from the crew was fantastic. So I was very happy about that.
It sounds fantastic. I'm looking forward to having the whole cast back myself. I'm rooting for you guys. And you talked about looking for some people to be in the film. And how do you get people to respond to the film? Like, say you're having a casting call. What do they need to do, and how can they send like a demo, or how they contact you?
Well, I usually reach out to agents as well. So I reach out to the agencies, and I do a lot with now casting. I do a lot with going out there and kind of seeing or just meeting actors and meeting actresses. And I'm always open to video auditions. If I can't have a physical audition, I'm always open to have someone come in with a physical audition. But they can always email me, or they can always send me an audition or ideas or things coming up. And they can email me at filmguy31@yahoo.com. That's my email that I use for, and they can submit things, and they can get a hold of me that way, and they can send me resumes, and I can look at the resumes and pictures, and I can give them a contact back or contact their agency, and we go from there. And we talk about the ideas of upcoming projects, and might not be this particular project, but I might look for them for another project that they might be suited for. And there's all kinds of continuing elements that are always evolving. So
that is amazing. Once again, that's filmguy31@yahoo.com if you're interested in being part of the cast or production and everything else for Aaron Warren. You talked about the one film as well, too. And what about the second upcoming film project as well, too, in brief for 2020?
Yeah, I'm looking at the main film is I've also been writing a trilogy with another writer of mine, and we're trying to get an idea of getting those things off the ground in the next 2 years or so. They're pretty bigger budgets, so it's always going to depend on how things fall and where things go in 2020. Right now, I'm focused on getting Todd out there and making it the best film it's going to be, and hopefully getting it into theaters and hopefully getting it out there with distributors and really pushing Todd. And when it comes time for the other things to come through, the other films, then I will definitely be really pushing those films as well. But right now they're in the really beginning stages. So, but there are a lot of things moving in the world of Aaron Warren and it's directing and producing. A lot of things are moving in my world, so that's a good thing.
It sounds amazing. It's moving and everything. And once again, when's the projected date for Todd?
Not really sure. Probably going to be right now. We're looking at hopefully summer release for Todd. That's a hesitant, but early summer for 2020 was when we're going to probably have a final film that's ready to get out there. And it's all going to depend on. We'll have screenings and we'll have things, but the official release is going to come down to when the distributor wants to release the film, and that's when it's going to be official release. But we're going to have screenings and we're going to have showings of the film before then. So it's getting to that point, and it's really exciting at this point. It's like a fun point to be right now. Everyone's excited.
It sounds amazing. And what's the website for the movie Todd?
www.toddmovie.com.
And that's www.toddmovie.com.
Right. They can go get all the information about Todd there. They can look up the synopsis, the story, the cast, the crew, all of that, and they can just they can look it up on IMDb as well. Or on IMDb, they can look up the cast and the crew and just promote the film and get encouraged. They can watch the trailer. We'll be releasing a final trailer in the next few months. That's really going to be it's just keeping everybody excited about the film and getting it out there and promoting the project and promoting the movie Todd.
That is amazing, too. You also got your own company, too, called Pain Productions. Just tell us about that and what's your website?
Well, the website for Pain Productions is www.painproductionsllc.com. That's my company's website. And that all started when I was in film school. I mean, my first film was actually called Pain, and I just like a lot of directors, they look at an idea. When it came time for my name, I just said, "Well, Pain Productions." Of course, everybody looks at that now, and it's like, "Oh, you only do horror movies, and you only do because Pain." No, Pain represents it just represents the first film project I did in film school, and it also represents the pain of kind of going and growing in the industry and kind of developing a career and developing a life. And it just has a personal meaning to me, and that's my company name, and that's kind of how it came about. It kind of became, and just kind of stuck. People loved it, and it just kind of became the company. So
it sounds like growing pains take on a different meaning, which is good these days. So.
Yeah, absolutely.
Great. Okay, so before we let you go here, we'd love to have you back on and keep us up to date with Todd and all the other projects. Once again, who's your biggest influence in your career?
I would say, again, Stanley Kubrick, for a lot of reasons. The way he wrote a story and the way he, on the camera, the way he directed a movie, Clockwork Orange, The Shining, just that he pushed the envelope and pushed the elements and really created something that was like really controversial at the time, but how he was able to kind of fund it and kind of make it his own. Of course, I would have to say Francis Ford Coppola. I would have to say was one of my greatest, like The Godfather and all those wonderful films that he did. And so, I mean, I just think that I would also say that Steven Spielberg, when I saw Jurassic Park for the first time, I'm like, this is what I'm going to do the rest of my life. Like that film had a big impact on me. And so, I mean, a lot of different elements and a lot of different directors and different times. I mean, going back to Alfred Hitchcock, even as far back as The Birds and those wonderful films. And Hitchcock was such a great influence on, kind of where I was going as a film director,
That is amazing. And looking forward to what you have as well, too. What's the best advice you can give to anybody at this point?
Well, I mean, if you're going to be in this industry, there's a lot of no, a lot of maybe, and just being consistent and knowing who you are is the biggest key. And just for actors, just audition, and just go for it. And you have to have it burning inside of you to transfer outside of you. And you have to really want to be a filmmaker, want to be an actor, want to be a producer inside before you can translate to other people and before it becomes a career. A lot of people burn out because they hear a no and they give up on it, but you have to be so confident in yourself and what you do as a person and what your craft is that you don't even hear it, and you just focus on where you do. And if you focus on what you're supposed to be doing and where you need to be, everything else will fall into place around you, and you're going to get that shot. You're going to get that, and when you have that shot, then take it, embrace it, and grow with it.
That's a fantastic way of looking at things. I love your advice. And once again, Aaron Warren, producer, director, and writer, Payne Productions, LLC, and also the producer of Todd as well, too. Aaron, I'd like to thank you for your time. You've been fantastic. Great having you back. Once again, tell us about your upcoming projects, your websites, how do people contact you, and where can people purchase or watch your movies, and how do people contact you in terms of getting auditions, jobs, and whatever else?
Well, obviously, with Todd going the way it is and with the upcoming projects, I got a lot going on, obviously. But the best way to get a hold of me is on my on the email, which is filmguy31@yahoo.com. And also you can look at the IMDb, look at what's coming out, look at the Todd website, toddmovie.com, and then how things kind of grow from there. And just that's the best way to kind of professionally get a hold of me. And I always try to respond when I can, and I always get back to serious inquiries and people who are really interested in doing this. And I love talking to actors, and I love talking to people about how to get into the industry. I'm more than welcome to. I've done seminars, and I've talked to people about. I've always loved to what people are looking for budgets, what are directors looking for in auditions, how to create a feature project from beginning to end, talking to SAG, and all these different things are things that I want people to succeed in the industry the way I'm succeeding and to develop a true career in what they want to do.
That is fantastic.
So,
Aaron, just want to say a big thank you for your time once again. You've been fantastic as always. Do me a favor, keep us up to date. Looking forward to having you again soon, and like to have you back on again, talking more about Todd and other projects. We're looking forward to it.
Absolutely, Mike. Thank you so much, buddy.
Thanks for listening to the Mike Wagner Show, powered by Sonic Web Studios. Visit online at sonicwebstudios.com for all your needs. The Mike Wagner Show can be heard on Spreaker, Spotify, iHeartRadio, iTunes, YouTube, Anchor FM, Radio Public, and themikewagnershow.com. Please support our program with your donations at themikewagnershow.com. Join us again next time for another great episode of The Mike Wagner Show.